Hey guys, welcome to Off the Rip with Diesel Covey. Today I'm here with a good friend of mine named Patrick Gulledge.
Yes,
he
sir.
is a very talented songwriter out of Perryville, Arkansas, and I've worked with him on many songs before. We played many shows together.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of a funny story how we met. Tell him about it, Patrick.
So I didn't have hardly any instrument. Like I didn't have very many accessories for my instruments. It's actually kind of funny because I met Diesel on TikTok. I seen him playing guitar and stuff on TikTok. I was like, this seems like a pretty cool dude. Pretty well,
Inclined.
musically inclined. Yeah. So better than me for sure. I didn't know what I was doing.
I
I had
appreciate
just
that.
gotten a guitar.
I don't think I'm better than him. I might be a little bit more dynamic musically with the instruments I can play,
Yeah,
but
for
he can
sure.
sing, and that's all that matters. I can't.
Yeah, so I needed a capo and a case, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, bro, you got this and that, what I need, like the stuff I need." He was like, "Yeah, bro, I got you." I was like, "How much do I owe you? I'm gonna pay for it and stuff." Obviously, he was like, "No, I got you for free, bro. I got you." So we went from there. I ended up going to Diesel's house, and we ended up just hitting it off from there. Like we picked up a guitar and just started jamming. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah,
It was
we had
just
a real good time. We went to the
and then-
lake and hung out with some chicks and
Hell
played guitar.
yeah, dude. Yeah.
And it was back
that
when
was
you were
crazy.
bald too. You shaved your head,
Yeah, let's not talk about
but
that.
it grew back pretty fast. I mean, he just cut his hair today,
Yeah,
and
dude.
it was down to his shoulders.
Yeah, it was down to probably about right here. Yeah, and
Dude,
had to get that chopped down.
I had a really good first impression of Patrick. I remember he's really the one that I could say he got me into music or pursuing it full time, because before I met him, I wasn't really sure how close that dream could be, because just
Yeah.
playing bass by myself in my room, it was pretty hopeless feeling, But when I met him, he could play just about anything I could play on the bass, but he played on guitar.
And
So-
pretty well the same genre, pretty much. Yeah, same.
Exactly.
Pretty much same music style.
And
So
so we started playing everything together and making videos and then writing songs. And
yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
we wrote.
Still
we-
is.
Yeah, it's still fun.
We still thriving today. Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
And we've been through some hardships together for sure, and we'll get
Oh,
into
yeah.
that. But I knew whenever I met Patrick that I wanted to pursue music full time, and I wanted him to be a part of it. And we put a lot of work in.
Oh
together.
yeah, a lot. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
For sure.
For sure. But yeah, and when we started playing live, that was the shit. That
That was
was
shit.
like the adrenaline rush you get, the amount of just hearing people clap after you play your song that you wrote. It's just a whole different feeling.
Absolutely, and we got to give credit to Sean Red from Winona
yeah,
Road
for
for
sure,
that.
for
He actually
sure.
set us up with our first show, and without him, I don't know if I would have played a live show by now or not. Really,
Yeah,
I give him a lot of credit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when we first met Sean, he was definitely an interesting dude, an interesting character.
For sure, yeah.
But he guided us through some, through the basics of playing live in the studio. Just helped out a whole lot.
Absolutely, and one thing that he taught us that was very important is to add more dynamic to our songs, and that's something I didn't really think about at the time. But the songs we were writing at the time were pretty elementary,
Repetitive. Very
right?
repetitive.
Just strumming chords, and the lyrics were always really good.
Yeah, the lyrics were okay, but the problem we had was really just making it sound different in certain parts of the song. Like the whole song sounded the same. Like it was just the same melody, same everything all the way through the song. So he taught us a lot to change that, add more dynamic,
Absolutely.
like you
Be
said.
Dynamic, for sure. What would you say some of your biggest influences are musically?
Musically, as far as bands and stuff, so I take a lot of inspiration from Three Doors Down, Alice in Chains a little bit. I listen to a lot of them, just grungy stuff, Nirvana, grungy style alternative rock, Nickelback, you know, just
All the shit that everybody pretends to hate.
all the shit that everybody pretends to hate. Yes, sir.
Nickelback, Stone Temple Pilots,
Stone
Creed.
Temple Pilots. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's really my favorite era of music. The
Oh
early
yeah,
2000s.
90s and early 2000s rock, grunge, like that was the shit. That was the
peak of music.
That was the peak of
Really.
rock and roll for
And
sure.
it makes me glad
I think.
now that it's kind of coming back into fashion, but at the same time, there's no new bands that are. Or
Yeah,
new popular bands.
everybody's like all, what's the word I'm looking for? Independent. Everybody's trying to go like independent or not independent, like like them. So like there's not a band hardly anymore. You don't see a lot
Absolutely. Go
of bands
solo,
anymore.
yeah.
You see a lot of solo artists. Is what I
Absolutely.
meant to say for sure.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of bands, and I think that creative influence kind of takes away from what the sound could be, right? So say a band, just use your name, Patrick Gulledge, you know, like you would be directing the whole band in most cases, right? Directing everything. Instead of everybody having their own creative output as like it is in a band.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And I feel like, for example, Zach Bryan, I love him. I love his music
Oh yeah,
and everything.
great artist.
People tend to say that his songs are repetitive, right? And they sound the same because
Yes.
he writes them all.
Yeah.
He does have songwriters help him on some occasions, but for the most part, he does the writing.
Yeah.
And it can sound repetitive. When you bring in other people's influences into your music, it just adds that dynamic. Bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you got all the ideas and like, you know, inputs from everybody in the band. Like it just, the band builds itself.
Absolutely. And you got somebody to hold you accountable too, right? Like, dude, if I come up with a dumb idea, you're going to tell me it's dumb, bro. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not going to hurt my feelings because I'm going to do the same to you.
Yeah, yeah. Constructive criticism.
Absolutely, bro. And it's
Yeah.
hard to give yourself feedback sometimes. Either A, because you just don't want to fucking hear it.
Or just like you
don't
don't,
understand.
know what you're trying to add to it. Like normally it takes, for you to add more dynamic to your music, normally it takes somebody else to like, you know, be like, hey, try this, try that.
I think that's a good point, man. And I've had a lot of people, Nathan, for example, is really good at adding. Nathan Frost is really good
yeah.
at adding dynamics to songs. And on
Great
stuff,
drummer.
stuff
Great
I've
drummer.
been doing on the bass, or even in songs as a whole, he will throw something in as a dynamic on, maybe it's on guitar and he don't even play guitar, or it's on bass.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, how did I not think of that, dude? And then I'll be like,
Yeah, for sure.
but I don't ever recommend nothing on drums because, quite honestly, I don't know shit about drums.
Me
but-
neither, dude. Vocals and guitar, you got me all day. Drums, anything else,
You can
So-
play bass a little bit. You can play Camelot.
a little bit. Camelot, NLE Chopper, hell yeah. That's about the only thing I know on bass.
Yeah.
A rap song.
Kind of a hard song, though, ain't it?
Oh yeah. But we can't be singing those lyrics out here.
Yeah. No, we can't. We get canceled before the
Real
first
quick.
episode even airs. So, being a young artist, dude, going through the struggles, because right now, dude, it's the come up. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
obviously, we haven't made it yet. I haven't made it. You haven't made it, but that's
No.
what we're working on. Dude, just to relate to other younger artists who are trying to pursue this, what's the biggest struggle you faced? Or maybe it's more than one. And how do you
Biggest-
plan to overcome it? Or how did you overcome it?
So a lot of it was just my mentality, like just how I was thinking of things. I just was like, I've always kind of had the mindset that I could do something with, you know, with my music, with my vocals and, you know, music and stuff. But I always had that like mental setback of like, what if I don't? Like, what if I don't make it? You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm doing it and it's a waste of time? But then I realized what I've actually done with my music. I like playing live on stage in front of people and, you know, just meeting all these new people and connections that made me realize like, maybe I can do something with this.
Absolutely, man. And back to what I was saying is you made me realize I could do something. Sean's also made me realize I can do something, dude. That moment we played for the first time at Stickies in Little Rock.
That was That was some shit. That was fun.
That was a badass.
That was a badass night. That was a night to remember. It's a night I'll always remember for sure.
So, funny story about that. I actually didn't play that night.
Yeah.
So, I had my girlfriend at the time. Her whole family came up there from Florida. And they didn't come up there just to watch me, but they were visiting. And they were going to come to watch me. And I thought it was, like, amazing. You know, I was really happy about it. And we get up there, and when I try to plug up my bass, the jack...
Yeah, the jack
breaks.
was loose. The whole thing, it just like was like, what are we gonna do? And then we didn't have any way to plug up the guitar that we was using.
So we had to use
Chaunce's
the guitar?
Yeah, we had to use we did use Chaunce's guitar. Yeah.
And I did good supporting Pat, and Pat played really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was my best performance, but it definitely was. It was the most memorable.
For sure.
For sure.
First one, right?
Yeah.
But then that next week we came back and played again, and I actually had my bass this time.
And we played the hell out of Stickies. Like we at Stickies, we was jamming out, having a good time. Every Wednesday night, yeah, for solid 3 months or 4 months, or no, it was longer than that, I'd say. I don't know how long we really played live, but
played there for a while. And
it was there for a while for sure. And then things just ended up things started kind of just falling apart. I don't know. I want to say falling apart, but things just kind of shifted in a weird way. Things just started changing, and it just kind of slowed down,
And there's a point I'd like to make there too, and I think there's inspiration in that. Me and you had a very fast climb when we started playing, bro. We wrote a lot of killer songs.
Oh, yeah.
We went up there and played them in front of a lot of people. People loved them. Our socials were doing really good. We were getting thousands of views. But when we hit that, we weren't used to being stagnant, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever we hit that plateau, whenever it slowed down, we were like, oh, damn, we're not doing good no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because things are happening so fast. But the thing to realize is not everybody starts fast. Things don't always come fast, but that don't mean you're not making progress.
Well, think of artists like Coetzel. Look how long it took him to really make it big.
Exactly, and people don't realize that, dude. I could be mistaken, but I think 2013 is when he started his. Might have been way longer than that. Maybe I think it was longer than that.
Early 2010s.
Yeah, that I can remember him starting his band because I scrolled his Facebook, dude, all the way down.
Yeah,
just because I wanted to see his story.
Just to see what was down
Absolutely.
there. And sometimes it takes that long. Sometimes it takes 15 years to make it. But you know what? As long as you've got that grind and dedication, as long as you're passionate about what you're doing.
Absolutely, dude. And being really close with God as I am, I have this viewpoint. And some people say it's not necessarily true, but dude, I believe it wholeheartedly that the harder you work, the more luck you're going to have, right?
Yeah,
the more luck,
for sure.
The better your luck is, dude. And I've realized that in my own life, dude. I've had bad luck lately, I ain't going to lie. But I ain't been working as hard as I normally do lately. Dude.
Yeah.
I've been slacking a lot, and I've been mad at myself for it. And I'm starting to lock back in, become who I'm really supposed to be. And
for sure.
I can notice my luck already getting better, dude. And I think it's from God.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
God blesses those who work hard. The Bible says mere talk leads to poverty, but work leads to success. That may not be word for word, but that's pretty much what the verse means.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely true, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The harder you work, the more determined you are, the more passionate you are about what you're doing, the more likely it's going to be that you're going to succeed doing what you're doing.
Absolutely, man. And how many people have you seen that actually really tried at something, genuinely tried at something and didn't succeed?
Not a lot of people.
People think they're trying a lot of times, but they're really not, dude.
Yeah.
You play, if somebody plays guitar for an hour a week, dude, that's not trying.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You got to treat this shit like a job, bro.
Yeah, see, like what you just said there, somebody play guitar for, once a week for a while. They're not really trying. I used to play until my fingers would bleed. That's what I meant by blood, sweat, and tears. Literally blood, sweat, and tears, because I would play until my fingers bled. Like, I was so determined and passionate about what I was doing.
And that's a line in a Tyler Childers song, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a Juanita. No, it's I'd Come Back If You Just Call. Jersey Giant.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of struggle in it, but in the end, I think it all pays off most of the time for people, right?
Oh, yeah.
I seen Deion Sanders made a post earlier, and it was something like, it might be impossible for your mindset, but it's not impossible for mine.
Yeah.
I know whatever is not meant for me isn't meant for me. I'm not going to force nothing.
Yeah,
But whatever God does want for me is going to happen.
Oh, yeah. As long as you're working at it, as long as you're just putting your full effort into it,
Absolutely.
then you're going to go far. You're going to go places.
And it takes effort, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to playing together up there at Sticky's, dude, and we had a lot of good shows, but we also had some bad
Oh, yeah. We had some pretty rough circuses there.
What do you think was the roughest circus, in your words, that we played up there?
Oh, man. Honestly,
I know what you're going to say.
yeah. The time. So there was one time, the first time we ever had one of our good friends, Caden Alexander, come and play lead for us. We didn't have really any time to practice. Well, we had time to practice. We didn't really practice like we should have.
This is not advice.
Yeah, this is definitely not any advice. And so we didn't practice like we should have. We didn't have everything set up like we should have, really. Like up on stage, like everything was just like we was having to figure everything out, you know. And then this part was on me. I ended up smoking the za at my buddy's house. And, you know, normally, I mean, I am an advocate for that kind of thing, and I do it and write songs. You know what I mean? And I thought it'd be a good idea to play live after the za. And I was forgetting words. I was forgetting chords. I was forgetting the whole damn song sometimes. And it was just...
I remember standing there behind Patrick with my bass in my hand,
helping sing along.
Whispering the words in his ear.
Whispering the words in my ears so I would remember them. And I was just mumbling them into the mic. Like, I wouldn't fully hear what he said, so I would just be like... You know, I really wasn't, you know... hearing what he was saying. I was just kind of going along with the melody he was going with.
Absolutely. We got up on stage and he just strummed the guitar for a few minutes.
Yeah, I just wouldn't stop playing the guitar and I wouldn't sing.
He wouldn't start singing, and I was like, you know, it's kind of weird. And he turns back around me like this. He's like, I forgot the words. And I'm like, oh shit. And I stand behind him, and they're whispering in his ear the entire time. But you know what? They still invited us back.
Dude. Huh?
I said they still invited us back.
They still invited us back, so we appreciate Stickies for that for sure.
And Bud Jones.
Yes, sir.
So, musically, man, we've been talking, now since we're talking about the bad parts of the music industry, right? What are some of the biggest frustrations that have come upon you? And that could be musically, related to the industry, however.
Biggest... You said biggest frustrations. Really, writing a song and just getting stuck. Writing a song and getting stuck is probably the most, you know, frustrated I've been as far as, you know, playing music and stuff. Like when I'm sitting there and I can't think of what to write next, and I'm like really, really going, like I'm getting some stuff written down, and all of a sudden I'm just blank, nothing. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to get this written. This is a good song, but I just don't know what comes next. I don't know what to write next. I don't know what, you know, what
I face that problem too. And what I do to combat it, which not everybody agrees with, you know, there's probably a better technique to go about it. But what I do is I just write the first thing that comes to my mind, even if it sounds stupid. Because I might come up with a good next line after it, and then the line before it, I can erase and it'll make more sense. You get what I'm saying? I feel like
Yeah, for sure.
something a guy I worked with named Cassidy Dennis told me was, done is better than perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, that sticks with me in every aspect of my life. I think about that.
Yeah, that's a really good quote too.
It
Done is
man.
better than perfect, for
It
sure.
is. And it would say when it comes to me making social media content, I'll be like, man, maybe I don't look my best right now. Or maybe I'm not in a good setting. But done is better than perfect.
Post it and you'll see where it goes. You're like,
The guy that starts is always going to do better than the guy that talks and plans about it but doesn't start, bro.
no.
Procrastination kills, man, and it killed me for a long time.
Really, that's been one of my biggest issues the entire time I've been playing. Procrastination, just like I'll do it later. I'll just I don't want to do it right now, or I don't think I have the time to do it right now.
Absolutely.
Just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Get it done. You know what I mean? Like that's something I've been having to realize a lot recently too.
I would say April of last year, dude, is when my life changed. So April of last year is when I was going through my battle with cancer at stage 3 vocal cord cancer, man. Yeah. And that's why my voice is so raspy the way it is. You know that.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It stopped my life, dude. And I remember in the moment, I was like, I wish my only problems were relationships or women or money.
You wish your only problems wasn't what you was
dealing with, right? I was like, I wish I had normal people problems.
Yeah.
And now
for
that those are my biggest problems, are relationships and money, right?
Yeah.
Those take up just as much space in my mind as cancer did. I kid you not.
Really?
And the way I see that is your problems are always going to be relative to your situation.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going through at the time, obviously, that was really my only problem.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I worried about was cancer. I just didn't care about anything else.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But now that my only problems are women, money, whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I think
just
about.
the typical, problems.
Typical problems
people
everybody
have,
has.
yeah.
But I don't feel any less stressed since I beat cancer, bro, I promise. Maybe more.
Maybe more?
Really.
Why would you say more stress though?
I got a lot.
Because cancer's a big thing to fight.
I became a lot more important. I just started doing stuff in my life.
Yeah.
And where I was going with this is in April of last year, I made a promise to God. And I told him, if you let me get through this cancer, I will spend every second of my life working to become the best version of myself I can be.
Yeah,
and obviously
for sure.
I failed at that, dude. No, not every second of my life has been spent being the best version of myself.
I mean, you really...
Maybe that was an unrealistic promise
yeah,
to
and
make.
realistically, you can't. Realistically, you're going to go through stuff that you say is stuff, you do stuff, you think things that you shouldn't be. But, that's life, really,
I've done my best to stick to that promise, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's changed my life, dude. The past year of my life, I've completely changed, bro. I used to be an idiot, dude. Just like a truck dude, driving around being an idiot, dude. Not contributing to society, man. And starting in roofing sales really changed me, too. I was just around a bunch of people that were locked in all the time.
Yeah.
And that were really worried about being successful. And I kind of ingrained the mindset in me, like, dude, if I'm not doing something productive, I don't need to be doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My biggest fear is not being successful, man.
Oh,
That
for sure.
keeps me up at
that's
night.
that's a big thing for me too. Is if I've always thought I don't know how to put it, but if I don't succeed, then I would it. If I don't succeed, it means I wasn't working hard enough. Like you said earlier, hard work. How many people do you see that actually work hard that don't succeed? Well, if I'm not succeeding, I'm just not working hard enough. You know what I mean? So that's a really big thing for me too. I've always just kind of had that in the back of my mind too.
Yeah, man. And I think every man does, or any man that's worth a damn has that in
Yeah,
the back
for
of the
sure.
mind. And when he's not doing something productive, he's thinking, man, I could really be doing this and change my life around, bro. 6 months of hard work can change 10 years of
Of your
messing
life,
up and
yeah,
just being an idiot or
yeah,
whatever.
For
right?
sure.
And I want to take that back to what we were talking about, where I said I have more stress now than I did when I had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a personal belief that as men, we aren't to be comfortable.
No.
Jesus wasn't comfortable on the cross, dude. So why should I be comfortable in my life? Why should, when I'm sad or when I'm depressed, lay in bed all day and cry? Because, dude, Jesus was very uncomfortable on that cross, bro. I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
And just when I think about that, it makes me want to get up and do something, man. You know, I'm going to spend every second of my life trying to be the best version of myself.
Yeah,
I can
for
be,
sure,
man.
for sure.
And I want the people around me to benefit from what I do as well. Because I know it's a bigger picture, right? When I get down on myself and I'm not being productive or I'm being lazy or whatever, I think of the bigger picture. Like, this affects more than just me. I cannot be selfish and just lay in bed all day and cry.
Yeah.
Because it affects more people than me, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It affects the people I work with. Affects my family. Affects the people at home. Affects the people that effectively look up to me.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure.
So, that's not to say, though, I do believe men should talk about it when they're going through a hard time.
Oh, yeah. Men have feelings, too.
Well, that,
Yeah.
and I think it just shows you being human. And especially
and that's a big thing, too. Like, a lot of men think that they have to put on this hard shell. And, you know, men don't cry, men don't do this, men don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just...
Jesus cried.
Yeah, that's human, you know? So, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely, man. I think it's beneficial to other young men, like, say younger than us, you know, that look up to us. I think it's beneficial to set an example like, hey, it's okay to talk about your emotions and tell people.
Yeah.
And it's okay to show that to them, because if they're going through it and they have the belief they can't talk or show it, then they're going to think that the other men they look up to don't have problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in reality, dude, it plagues all of us. Some of us just don't express it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's beneficial, man. But what I don't think is beneficial is not trying to do something about it, dude. I can't change the mistakes I've made or that other people have done to me.
Yeah.
But I can just work to get better every damn day, and that's what I do.
Work to better yourself every day, yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Can't go back in the past and, you know, change what you've done, but you can work for the future and change everything.
Dude,
and change the way people think about you.
you can change your life
completely.
in 6 months.
Yeah.
You can completely turn your life around in 6 months, dude. I did it in
Oh,
a
yeah.
year. I did it in a year. Changed my life completely around, dude. And I'm gonna keep changing it.
Oh, yeah.
Something I heard Scott Stapp say, is singer of Creed. He said this on the Theo Vaughn show.
Yep.
So, when a lot of people get depressed, they inflict self-harm.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that's drinking or drugs,
Yeah.
whatever that is, when a
Anything,
lot of people
yeah.
get depressed, they'll take it out on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when a lot of people are depressed, it's because other people have hurt them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He brought up a point and said he used to do that. He used to drink and do drugs when he got sad because other people hurt him. But he had the realization it's insane that you want to hurt yourself because other people hurt you.
Yeah, you want to better yourself and show them.
Well, how can you be mad at somebody for hurting you
Well,
when you continue to hurt yourself?
Yeah, that too, yeah. But
That's his
also, like, why hurt yourself when you could be showing these people that hurt you what you're really made of, what you can really do, you know?
Absolutely, man. And I see men all the time that are just wasting their potential, dude. And nothing hurts me more than that. Because it's always the same guys that are complaining or the same guys that are never doing anything or working to change it, bro. And I get so fired up about this, dude. Like, okay, you're complaining you got no money. Okay, we'll fucking do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Go work.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're complaining that you're fat. Okay, go to the gym. Dude, like, there's no excuses. And I never, ever want to hear a man give me an excuse, ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't give excuses to myself ever, dude. So I don't want to hear it for somebody else, really, unless it's actually genuine.
And see, that's been a lot of my problem too, is making excuses for myself.
It's easy to do.
It's
We've all
very
been
easy
there.
to do. Yeah, like
It's a hard
that's part of the
cycle.
procrastination thing. Making an excuse why you shouldn't do it now instead of, later.
Absolutely. I definitely procrastinate with some things. A lot for me is eating, dude. Surprisingly, I procrastinate eating. I'm a naturally very skinny guy. I have to eat and eat and eat to maintain my weight, dude. And
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have a big appetite. I have to force that stuff down. So a lot of times I procrastinate eating. I'll be like, dude, I'm so full, but in reality, I've barely eaten.
Yeah.
And that's a struggle I have, dude, because I'm trying real hard to gain weight. It's not working, dude.
Yeah, and I've tried to gain weight myself too, and I can eat a whole damn jug of ice cream or thing of ice cream. Won't gain no weight off of. I won't gain no weight no matter what I eat, no matter how much I eat.
Yeah.
I just won't gain weight. Like it's just metabolism, like that's. But I tried, protein shakes. I tried, like obviously eating right. I still try to do that the best I can, but just nothing works. Like so.
Absolutely.
That's just a struggle that I'm gonna have to figure out how to overcome. Everybody has their own.
Yeah, I've been dealing with some stuff lately, that's out of my control. And
Everybody does.
dude, and that's the worst kind of pain, dude. But like people will say, "Hey, don't worry about it. It's out of your control." Like it's so easy, bro.
Yeah.
That's always the stuff that's gonna hurt you the most because you can't do nothing about it. And when you can do something about it, it don't really hurt you because you're like, okay, I can just do the thing.
Yeah. I can just do this and that, and I'm out of it. Like I'm out of that situation, out of that rut that I was in.
I just try and keep the outlook of like I was saying earlier, man. Like God's not gonna let nothing happen to me that ain't meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Everything's a part of His plan.
And I think a lot of time God gives hints that people ignore about certain things. And it could be things you're praying about. For me, it's things I'm praying about, dude. 'Cause I've been praying about a lot of stuff lately, and He has been dropping bombs on me. And I've ignored them. I've ignored the signs, dude, when they're clear. And yeah, I've let it go on, and it's, become a worse problem because I've ignored God.
Yeah, for sure.
God's not a hard person to talk to, dude.
Oh no.
He may not.
He is right there wherever you are. It don't matter what you're doing, where you are, how you're feeling. You just bow your head and close your eyes, and He is right there.
That's true, man. And something this lady Joanne taught me, I was selling her a roof one time. She was very religious. She was a wonderful woman. And she said she doesn't say amen. She prays all day, but she doesn't say amen until she goes to bed. Because almost everything she says is a prayer. She prays all day to God. I was like, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, going back into music, we had some creative differences playing together. But ultimately, that early 2000s rock kind of sound is what brought us together.
Yeah.
That kind of like Matchbox 20. I guess it's a little 90s, but Alice in Chains. And what particular lane are you wanting to pursue in music moving forward?
Like I said earlier, I told you a lot of my influences and a lot of my people I look up to as far as music, like Three Doors Down, Alice in Chains, stuff like that. More of the grungy style alternative rock, like, just kind of my own sound though too. Like
Absolutely.
I hate sounding like somebody else. You know what I mean? Like even if I'm singing somebody else's song, I want it to sound kind of like
your own,
like my own. Yeah, for sure. I make it my own in a way.
Dude, what's very interesting is there's two sides to that coin, bro. You'll hear different opinions from different people. Some people say when you play a live version of a song, like for instance, a song you've written,
Yeah.
you play it a little different, right? Because it's live. It's supposed to be a little bit more intimate.
Yeah,
just
for
something
sure.
different for the people to show up for. Leonard Skinner, on the other hand, Ronnie Van Zant made his band compose everything. Nothing was improvised. His band composed everything, and they played it exactly like the record every time they played a show. Dude, imagine having to compose the Freebird solo. Write that shit down. Hell no.
Yeah, I would. You wouldn't catch me dead trying to write that down.
That's crazy. And something I can ask you too, man, is like, why do you think most bands fail? There's a bunch of reasons, but I think
It depends
mainly
on their
there's-
success level. Honestly, like
Well-
it kind of like, and what I mean by that is like when you succeed and you're, climbing, your way to the top. The closer you get, the more things try to drag you down. Like the more. Trying to think of a good example, like Motley Crue. Nobody knew who they were in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They started off in underground, like rave type places. Like, you know what I mean? Like like small little stage, just a
Los
small
Angeles,
crowd.
Sunset Strip.
That's what I'm saying. Just like nothing really that big and special. But when they got to the top, of the industry, their downfall, drugs, money, just all the bad things that come with it. It depends. That's what I mean by it depends on where you are as far as your success. Because
Yeah,
the higher
absolutely.
you are in successful, the more things come at you. Everything's more intense, I guess you could say. Everything's more heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I guess success doesn't take away your problems. It can kind of
build onto them, amplify
in a
them for
way.
sure.
Well, think if you got addiction problems, but you don't got no money, you can't afford no drugs.
See,
bro.
but I think a lot of the downfall, like to your question, a lot of the downfall to bands is, I don't really know how to put it, but
To me, it's effort.
effort and, just it kind of narrows down to effort, like you just said, like just how hard you work at it, the consistency, like how often you're, posting or how often you're, being active online or playing live, whatever it may be. Consistency is a very big thing too.
Consistency and effort is the biggest thing. Like,
And I think and that's what I was saying, the higher you get up, the more stuff that's introduced to you.
that's true. The more opportunities.
So I think
you
a
have
lot
to
of
fail.
downfalls come with fame.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, because, and obviously I'm not hugely successful or famous, but
Yeah.
I believe a lot of people, once they get to that point, they're already there. I mean, what are they working towards? Mm-hmm. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like, why can't I go mess up?
See, that's why I've always thought to myself, like, I like the feeling of working towards something
I love it.
and then getting it. And not just having everything I want and then I'm like, well, I have it. Like, it's
Dude,
boring now. You
what's-
know what I mean?
I agree. What's hilarious is they released a study. I don't know who did it, but it was about 3 years ago, I believe. And it said your happiness goes up until you hit $70,000 a year and then it just plateaus. You don't get any happier after that. They come out with a new updated study this year. And it was completely wrong. Your happiness gets way higher. The more money you
That's
make,
what I'm-
way higher,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I promise you. I've been really broke at times in my life, bro. And I'm definitely not rich by no means right now. I've got a lot more money than I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a lot happier.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
for sure.
But does money buy happiness?
No.
No, I don't think so.
You could be the richest person in the world and still be depressed.
Yeah, dude. Well, also you have to watch out who you're allowing in your circle.
That's
People
a
around you.
lot of what it is. What, like, however much, it don't matter how much money you have, whether you're happy or not. Really, in my opinion, I think it's the people around you, you know, that influence a lot of your happiness. Like that's
For sure. And once you get to that point, it's hard to know who you can really trust and who's actually there for you. And I think that's the problem with, like, you'll see, and I'm just speculating, but you see a lot of famous guys, Theo Vaughn, for instance, right? I don't know if this is true. I'm just speculating. They'll be single, and you'll be like, well, they're rich as hell. They got everything they want. Why are they single? But I believe it's probably because anytime they find a woman, how do they know they love them for them?
and not for what they have, their
There's
money.
no
and-
way a woman can prove
Yeah.
that to you, bro.
No.
It's a shame, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's the same way with friends, right? I feel like when you get to that certain level of success, you kind of have to have other friends that are successful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
broke people are crazy, bro. They'll set you up.
Yeah.
I ain't playing. And you just gotta watch out, dude.
Oh yeah. And you know, I hate it whenever I'm about to go and say something and then it completely slips my mind. That just happened to me. So I'm sorry what I was about to say. You'll probably never hear it.
Never hear it again. So
I had a really good point too. I'm
you
kind
did.
of
You
pissed
probably
off
did have
about
a
that.
really good
Yeah.
point. So can we talk about local sound guys a little bit? And
What do you
how
mean?
terrible
Local-
they are.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I've had one good set. I don't even want to say that, dude, because I know there's going to be so many people watching this. I haven't had that very many good sound guys work with me, dude.
I haven't really hardly had any at all, you know, like I said, when we started climbing with our music and then just stopped. Like, and for me, I ended up like there was a lot of things I had to go home and deal with and stuff, and I just came to not just like a slow crawl. I went to a complete halt
Absolutely.
on all of it.
Crawling's better than walking, dude.
Oh yeah.
Or no, fuck
No,
what I just said.
no.
Crawling's better than stopping.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a really big thing that I noticed is whenever I got to that halt, I needed to do something. You know.
Is there any, I know we talked about writing a little bit. Is there any, I guess you could say, finesse in your writing process? Like, do you have a writing process, or do you just raw dog it?
I just kind of go with the flow, like I'll start out just thinking of like maybe an event that's happened in my life, or I'll think of something I've seen, heard, you know, whatever, and I'll just start off with that, like a phrase, whether it's a phrase, something I've seen, I'll just start talking about that, or like, you know, just little things like that, just start the song,
Something I'm bad about is...
and then it just builds from there.
Absolutely. And something I'm bad about with my writing process is I'll be really emotional about something, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write a song about it. And I won't finish it, and then I'll, like, never be emotional about it again, so I'll just never feel the same way or care to finish it. That's a problem, too. Done is better than perfect. It's the same way with writing songs, right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's definitely been some songs before where I was like, I got halfway through it, you know, I was feeling a certain way, I was vibing with it, you know, and then I was like, I got one of those times I got stuck in the middle of a song. That most frustrating part about music, being stuck writing a song. And I would just leave it alone for a little bit, and like you said, not being in the same emotional state going back to it, it's kind of hard to,
absolutely.
continue writing it. But like you said, done is better than
perfect.
perfect
Every time.
for sure. So I would just have to go through it. That's part of the process too, is just finishing it.
Finishing it.
Like
That's
you
really the
gotta
hardest part.
finish. You always gotta finish, or you'll never get where you want to be.
Something interesting that I seen is Jerry Cantrell. He was speaking on Rick Beato, his podcast, and he was the guitarist for Alice in Chains. He said that they recorded every song they ever wrote and released it.
Yeah.
They never not recorded a song.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It's
dude.
pretty cool. Like they're, and I'm sure if you go through them and listen to them, you could probably hear it too. Like, you know.
Well, dude, something also interesting. I think his name was Mike Starr, the bassist for Alice in Chains. He, on a lot of songs, would double track his bass. He would record with an acoustic bass first and then track his electric over it. You can really hear it on songs like Wood is a good one that you can really hear the thickness of that bass tone.
Yeah, for sure.
He was an excellent bass player. I don't think he's talked about enough. Robert DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots is not talked about enough as a bass player. Dude, I looked at the Rolling Stone. It was like list of 200 best bass players of all time. He went on that list. You telling me there's 200 people better than him? 200. Bro.
Yeah.
Plush, amazing bass line. Interstate Love Song. Dude, he wrote that whole song. He wrote the melody. He wrote the chords.
Yeah.
He wrote that entire song.
Yeah, pretty well all the song, yeah.
Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart, dude. Come on. There's no way he's not. There's 200 people better than him.
No.
He's my favorite bassist of all time.
That's one of the most incredible bands of all time.
For sure.
It's one of the best rock bands of all
And
time.
they're so underrated. Like, you don't ever, like, anytime I tell somebody STP is my favorite band, they'll be like, you don't hear that a lot. But
Yeah,
it's so weird.
they're
Like,
amazing.
they're so good. Did he lock them doors?
I don't know. We may be locked in.
Yeah, I
here.
got to piss real bad. See if it's locked.
This might be a lock-in podcast.
Maybe. They can call it locked in.
We call it locked in. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, we're locked in.
Well, we are locked in the podcast room, so you're just going to have to use that corner over there.
I'm sure Ryan won't mind. I think playing bass helped me a lot, dude, as a musician. Guitar was my thing forever. And I just never got as good as I wanted to get at guitar. And when I was picking up the bass right before I met you, it was perfect timing because that just gave me so much more inspiration to pursue it. And it was a lot of fun, dude. It's so much fun to play. Now, dude, I never want to play guitar in a band. I always want to play bass, dude. Make people jump. Dude, I get to
The
move
bass
with
is
it.
like it's a lot of the song where people don't listen to it and don't notice it that often. But like, you know, just average listeners. But if you really listen to pretty well every song that's got a bass in it, it builds the song. It's the bones of the song. It holds it together. It's like, you know, it's like the drums. The drums keep everything on beat. Well, the bass is hand in hand with the drums.
Absolutely.
You know, keeping everything on beat, keeping everything, you know, together.
What do you think about the country rap game?
Country rap. I couldn't do it, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, why couldn't you do it?
I can't rap.
You can't rap.
Where
but you can sing
the
good.
down. I can't rap where the down. I can sing. I can rap along to, you know, certain songs and stuff, but I
Rapping undercase?
I rap in undercase, lowercase.
Lowercase. Undercase, lowercase. I don't know why I say undercase, but I've been thinking about pursuing it.
Country rap. Do it.
I ain't playing, bro. I've got some beats downloaded on Pro Tools right now.
Hell yeah.
I've just been like freestyling over playing. I've been
Hell yeah.
inspired a lot because I've seen like the dudes coming out of Central Arkansas, like 501 Bryce and
Dude, 501 Bryce, he's probably one of the best rappers to come out of Arkansas. I'd say, or not.
I really think he is the best.
Yeah, one of the best for sure.
Maybe I can't say he's the best. He's definitely top 3.
There's definitely a
I don't
bunch.
think-
There's definitely a bunch of good ones, but he's one of the top artists for sure.
Dude,
coming out of Arkansas.
The Arkansas rap scene growing like it is right now makes me excited because growing up I was really into rap, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I diversified my music taste as I got older. But I was really into rap growing up till I was about 14, 15. That's all I listened to. And I wished at the time that we had guys from Arkansas coming out and releasing stuff. We really didn't, bro. But now we got Charlie Farley, dude, 501 Bryce, D.L.U. Kemp.
Yeah, you can pretty hard.
He's real hard, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have him on the show. And they're all
Be
good,
sick.
dude. And they all have national attention. They're not just Arkansas guys.
Yeah, and a lot of them, I like how they represent Arkansas too, where they're from. Like it's,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
501 Bryce. Yeah.
yeah. Well, like call me Mr. Arkansas, Mr. 501. Like that's a hard ass line.
That's a
You know
hard
what I'm
ass line,
saying,
bro. Yeah, we definitely got some talent coming out of the state. And I think talent has always been here. It just hasn't been recognized, dude, on a global scale. Or maybe not global, nationally at least.
Yeah, for
It just
sure.
hadn't been recognized.
No.
For whatever reason. Dude, the way that's a big motivation for me too as an artist. I want Arkansas to have a scene like, and not necessarily just a rap scene, but a music scene.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Atlanta does.
Yeah, like Arkansas really isn't known for
Music.
You know, like you look at places like you said, Atlanta, Nashville, you know,
Seattle,
Memphis.
LA. Mm-hmm.
You know, places like that. But Arkansas really doesn't have a big name in the music world, so
They've got a couple,
They've
but
got-
well, I guess
they don't
Arkansas as
have-
a state don't have a big name. That's
yeah,
what you're
as a
saying.
state is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's not largely recognized like other places, and I think it should be.
Absolutely, bro. I agree. And that's a big motivation for me, bro, because I love my people from Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
And I hate it when somebody talks down on my state.
Oh, me too.
Hate it, bro.
Oh, me too.
Especially people from worse states. Like, I ain't talking bad about no state or nothing, but
Yeah.
there's definitely worse places to be. I don't care. I don't care if we rank last in education or poverty.
Hey, education, I think we were doing pretty good. Arkansas was doing pretty good for a little while.
they?
I mean, my school that I used to go to, in Bigelow, Arkansas, we was like top 5 in academics
Really?
in Arkansas for like
Well, in Arkansas, though.
well, yeah, but still, no, not just in Arkansas, like in
The country.
in the country, but
really.
like I think so. I don't really remember exactly what but it was either in Arkansas or in the country. But still, it like we were top 5. You know, like
What do you think?
you can't call us all dumb.
Yeah, you can't do that. What do you think about the people that are choosing trade routes over college now?
It's a better. It's
think it's better?
college is a scam.
I can ramble on about this.
Oh my God, this will turn into a whole different podcast
College.
if we start talking about that.
College is a scam depending on what you're pursuing. If you're pursuing a liberal arts degree, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get a job.
But if you're pursuing like being a surgeon or a doctor or an engineer
lawyer,
or a lawyer,
finance,
stuff like
whatever.
that, yeah, for sure you need college. Like, but if you're like planning on just, you know, like a normal career, like I don't know what to call a normal career, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
the average, like what, like I think a trade is definitely a better thing to go to for sure.
yeah, you'll probably make more money.
You'll
coming out, too,
definitely,
and
I think you'll definitely make more money if you're good at your trade.
Yeah, and you'll spend less money too learning the trade, and you don't even have to necessarily go to school for most of it, really.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a little like, you know, few month program or something, or like, you know, or an apprenticeship or something, or
I've never had somebody that went to college tell me I should go to college. Now y'all say don't.
my
It's a
brother's
scam.
got like, he's got 2 degrees, I think. He told me, he said it was a waste of money,
I'm sure, bro.
pretty much.
For a
I
lot
mean,
of
like
people it
he
is.
doesn't even work a kind of job that he went to school for. Like he went to college for a certain kind of job, and he's working a completely different job.
Yeah, and
You
a
know
lot of
what I
those
mean?
dudes end up in trades too.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes to your music, what do you really want to say? Like overall, you're on your deathbed, dude. How do you want to be remembered as an artist? What would you want your message to be?
Just always be real. Like don't be fake. Like just be real.
Yeah.
Simple. Be a genuine person. You know what I mean? Like don't hide behind a mask. You know, don't wear a mask your whole life, you know? just be the person that you genuinely are. And people, if people don't like you for who you are, don't be around that crowd.
Absolutely.
And
Dude, I mean, relating to this situation I've been going through lately, I seen this post on Facebook from Brad Lee. He's built multi-million-dollar businesses. He said, don't adjust your boundaries to fit other people.
Yeah,
Just
for
realize they're not your people if they keep pushing those boundaries.
Yeah.
If they keep doing things that you're not cool with, they may just not be your people.
Yeah, for sure.
So, thinking about great songs that you like to listen to, right? From all different genres and artists, what do you think makes a song great?
Dynamic.
That's a great answer, and I agree. I wholeheartedly agree, and that's what I would say as well, is dynamic.
Yeah, for sure.
Stone Temple Pilots had a lot of dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Oh,
dynamic,
yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, golly,
It's hard to play their
Plush-
songs.
Plush is one of the most dynamic songs.
That's one
I
of
know.
the bands I realized. That's like one. That's a hard. It's hard to replicate.
Absolutely.
Like if you was to have a whole band and try to do exactly what Stone Temple Pilots is doing, you're gonna have a hell of a
Well,
time.
you'd never recreate that.
No.
There's some things that just can't be recreated.
No.
I think authenticity is a big thing for artists.
Yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? And STP was really themselves. They were weird, man. I mean, they got up on stage and they wore like dress shirts and slacks sometimes, you know, and that wasn't grungy. You know, you look
No.
at Kurt Cobain wearing flannel and jeans.
Yeah.
But there's also an argument like, was STP really grunge? I don't think it matters.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's an amazing
You like
band
them?
for dynamic.
That's a very dynamic band. The only reason I don't like
Their
them is 'cause of-
songs are so different. Every one of their songs sounds different.
Yeah. They do sound different. I know Anthony Kiedis, however you say his name, he did some weird shit.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
I
kind of
know, I
that
know.
kind of pushed me away from him a little bit. But that,
But as far as music goes,
Music-wise-
talent, they had a lot of dynamic.
dude, so we were just talking about hard times, dude. Hard times and good times.
Yeah,
How do you think life affects art?
life affects art.
The things you've been through. How do you think it affects art? And this can be art in any form.
Just how life. You said, say it again.
How do you think life affects art? So
How life affects art.
think like
Experiences, hardships, stuff that like bad things, good things, everything that goes on in your life can be put into whatever you're, like music. Everything that you experience, everything that happens to you
yeah,
is, like that you can put that in a song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like anything and everything, like you can put into your form of art in
Yeah.
some type of way.
drawings, movies, whatever. And dude, I miss when, like, I know it's really hard for artists to get paid nowadays. Artists, as in painters,
Mm-hmm.
people that create pictures, really hard for them to get paid nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that, dude, because I love seeing people that can draw well, dude. I like horror surrealism. It's my favorite kind of art, like, those kinds that you see like schizophrenics draw and whatnot, like asylums.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. And I try to teach myself how to draw, but dude, you can't really teach yourself how to draw. You kind of just have to trial and error.
Dude, I can't draw. When I try to draw a circle, I draw an oval. You know
Dude,
what
I
I
do
mean?
the
Like
same
just
thing.
straight up oval. I try to draw a square. I'm drawing a rectangle, dude. I can't draw whatsoever. I got two left hands, bro. Like
Got two left hands.
when it comes to drawing,
I was with this girl.
dude, I can't either. Like it don't matter what it is. I can't. When it comes to pen and paper, I can write.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can write, but I can't. If you try to tell me to draw a cat, there's no telling
Draw a
what
cat.
the fuck it's
It's
gonna
four
be.
legs and the circle and then the rectangle and the tail.
Rectangle.
Well, the body. Well,
What cat have you seen that's
I've
a
seen some
rectangle?
messed up cats.
I don't think I've ever seen a rectangle
Been pretty
cat.
close to some messed up cats.
I've seen some oval cats, but I haven't seen no rectangle cats.
I was with this girl the other day, and we were sitting in her car, and she had like frost on the windshield, and we were like, who can draw a perfect circle? I told her it's impossible to draw a perfect circle. She's like, no, it's not. She couldn't draw a perfect circle. Dude pissed her off. I couldn't either. And then I was like, well, drawing a perfect square is easier, but it's still hard. She couldn't do it.
It's I don't know. I couldn't draw a perfect circle.
What about perfect triangle?
Triangle? I mean, I can draw a perfect triangle with a ruler. If I have a ruler.
That's a good point, Matt. Ruler. But what's truly
freehanding it though? You're gonna get
like a tattoo artist.
Yeah. See, I could never do that. I could never be a tattoo artist.
What are some things? I mean, because we all go through struggles as artists, like we were talking about. Has there ever been any times that you've considered quitting?
Considered what?
Quitting and giving up.
Quitting. Honestly, no.
That's good.
I've never, I've had, like I said, in the past, I've had that thought in the back of my mind, like, what if I don't succeed? You know what I mean? But I always push myself to believe I will. So if I always consistently believe I will succeed, then why would I ever think of quitting? You know what I mean? Like, why would I quit?
Absolutely.
Why would I quit something I'm so passionate about? Too?
Manifestation is real, bro. Absolutely. I've almost quit on multiple occasions.
I've taken slow, I've had little slow, times. I've had little breaks and stuff like that, and had thoughts in my head of like I said, what if I don't succeed? What if I can't do this? What if this? But I've never had the thought that this isn't for me. You know what I mean? Because it definitely is.
Yeah, me too. I know the entertainment industry and music in general is for me. I just can't. I've never been able to picture myself doing anything else. When I was a kid, I got really into basketball. Tried to picture myself being a basketball player.
I used to do all that.
I couldn't see myself doing it though. In the back of my mind, I knew I couldn't do it. But
yeah, I told my teacher one time in elementary, and I was like, one day I'm gonna be an NBA player. About 2-3 days later, I was already looking for a different option. You know what I mean?
I think as kids, man,
yeah,
at least I
sure.
did. I went through a bunch of ambition changes. Like at one point I wanted to be, a superhero like everybody else. And then I wanted to be a cop, and then I wanted to be a basketball player and a gamer and then a YouTuber. I think you kind of just, as you grow up, you find your lane and you stick with it,
Mm-hmm.
I seen success with music, so I stuck with it.
For sure.
What do you think, man, as an artist, dude, it's really hard to keep your mental strong, because you go through a lot of shit. Man, Sway Lee, the rapper, of Ray Shrimmer, he's obviously one of the biggest rappers in the world. He's rich. He said when he first started out, before he had ever been popping, that his girl in high school left him for a truck driver that was making $12,000 a month. Which is a lot of money, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But compared to what he's making now, it's not. But she didn't believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
She left, got with that dude. Took him a few years, but he made millions off of rap, and it's hard to, I guess sometimes it's hard to believe in people without seeing a clear vision.
For sure.
We'll have to cut this part out. Everybody's fucking calling me out. You want to get my mom on the podcast? Yes?
When are you gonna come back?
I'm live on the podcast. I'll come back later.
Bro. Broski. Broski, where are you?
Brother. Can we get James Charles on the podcast?
Where you at, brother? James Charles. I don't know about that one. Hey, sisters. No, we're cutting that part out. We're cutting
Hey,
that
sisters.
We're cutting that part out. I'm glad we have the ability to cut certain things out of this.
Yeah, me too. It's not live. I don't like live streaming a podcast.
You know how many of my buddies would have clipped the Hey Sisters thing so fast?
And railed you online with it.
Yeah, it would have been horrible.
What do you think the hardest part of pursuing music is?
Probably determination, or not really determination, but like just the drive. Like, you know, like once you're not like, you start getting to a point where you're being consistent with your music. You're being, you know, you're doing what you should be doing to succeed, but then you go through a little spot where you're slow or you stop or something like that, you know, like, because you might not have the drive.
Absolutely.
To keep, like, you know, it can be a lot of stress keeping that consistency, you know. It might be a lot of,
I agree with what you're saying, dude.
I don't know how I'm trying to say it, say it, but like,
It's where discipline comes in, right?
yeah,
Discipline is
for sure.
doing the things you need to do and you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very disciplined. I can't say I'm not, but I haven't always been that way, dude. It was hard for me at first, but I've kind of trained my brain into where if I'm not doing something productive, I feel bad about myself. Which it used to be if I'm not doing something fun, then I feel bad about myself.
Yeah, I've had that same thought. For sure.
But yeah, I mean, motivation's a drug, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're never going to feel motivated all the time. When people say they're waiting to feel motivated to do something, it's not true. It's not true. You're not going to feel motivated all the time.
No.
That's where discipline comes in. Like, hey, I know this is what I want to do. In the bigger picture, will I be happier with myself at the end of the day if I get this done? Yes.
And the bigger picture is, like, when you start doing what you really, like, once you start seeing yourself where you wanted to see yourself eventually, then that's where the motivation will come in a lot more. You know, like, you'll start being more motivated the better you do.
Absolutely.
And obviously you're going to have rough times and, you know, but just like you said, the discipline. Stay disciplined, you know, be consistent, and that motivation will come back quick, you know, quicker than you think.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it seems like whenever you get down about something, dude, it's all going to come at you at once.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're never... And I feel like that happens to me every time, especially. Like, one really bad thing happens to me. Another really bad thing happens to me, dude. Oh, it comes crashing in at one time, and I'm like suffocating, dude. I can't breathe. What's going on?
It's like you've been like riddled with bad luck all of a sudden.
Yeah,
like just
absolutely.
everything just starts falling apart.
It's like the song "Bad Luck" by Zach Top.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah. That's a good example.
But a lot can change around in a day, dude. Your whole life can change in a day, and that's something I've seen happen to other people.
Yeah.
And I've seen happen to myself, bro. So I know, and like, there's no choice. Giving up's no choice, bro. I'm gonna keep working every single day. I'm gonna keep working every single day, dude. Because I recognize
so you have to do
my potential.
Consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think your biggest motivator is?
Probably the people around me.
You think they like their support or their...
The support, for sure. Or, like, what motivates me the most is, like, I'm the kind of person, if I don't succeed at the, like, you know, at the end of my life, if I haven't succeeded, you know, at some point, if I haven't succeeded, then what was it all for? You know what I mean? Like, what was everything for? Like, that's my drive to succeed, is like, I don't want to go out of this world being nothing.
Absolutely. There's a quote I've heard. This may be in the Bible, but it could be wrong. The man who wants nothing will always be more satisfied than the man who wants everything.
But see, that's where I'm never satisfied. Well, that's a very bold thing to say.
Oh,
There's
it's not
certain
bold.
there's certain things I am satisfied with, like that I've done with my life, but mostly, for the most part, the big picture, I'm not ever satisfied.
Dude, this is something I've been thinking about a lot, and I'm glad you brought it up. I think as men, like I told you, we're never to be comfortable. I also think as men, we're never supposed to be satisfied, bro.
Yeah.
Because think, if you were satisfied right now with everything in your life, you're satisfied, then why would you work?
Yeah.
Why would you work for a better future, bro, if you're satisfied with what you got?
Hmm.
The turnaround of that is, even when I do become really successful, are you satisfied? If you're still chasing satisfaction, then you're going to keep doing good and keep becoming more successful. Keep helping other people in their lives, bro.
And that's where the motivation will really, really begin to like set in, because you'll be like, look at what I'm doing.
Dude,
Like-
and that's where a lot of my motivation came from is, let's say a year, 2 years ago, when I wasn't very locked in. I use that word a lot, and I know it's kind of a joking word, but like I'm for real, I wasn't locked in. I was just being an idiot, dude. Like every teenager does, party and whatever, right?
Yep.
I realized I wasn't very important, dude. And I wanted to become as important as I can possibly be as a man. Dude, I want to have a big influence on the people around me and on the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's
Me
what I'm
too.
working
That's
towards,
a really
dude.
big thing that sticks with me.
I'm glad it does, man.
Yeah.
And influential, if I die, bro, and there's one word I want to be remembered as, it's going to be influential. That's the word I would want to be remembered as. And I think cancer survival just really changed my outlook, dude, because going through hell like that, I knew I can go through anything else, bro. A breakup is not going to hurt me as bad as cancer did. Bro, I could not speak for months, bro. Dude, all I wanted to do was go hang out with girls, go party with my friends, or work, start a business,
Yeah, do
play
something.
music, and I couldn't do none of that, bro.
Do something other than fight cancer.
And that's all I did for months,
Yeah.
is fight cancer and watch Razorback baseball because I couldn't leave my bed. But that motivates me now, bro, because, dude, you cannot put me through anything worse. Try. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not. That's definitive, because you're really not. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it all, bro. And I'm becoming better every day.
Yeah, for
And,
sure. And that's a good thing. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be, bro. And I'm glad I learned from it. I didn't give up when I wanted to.
But you'll never succeed without mistakes.
Absolutely. You're going to make mistakes. Mistakes hurt.
Yeah,
Hurt your ego.
mistakes hurt, yeah, but the bigger ego you live with, though, the more mistakes you'll make.
You think that?
I think if you have if you have too big of an ego, then I don't know how to.
I think, dude, ego's always been a really big problem with me.
Too big of an ego will get you in situations that you really don't want to be in.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
I've been in those situations.
And those situations cause you to make mistakes.
Exactly. And I agree. I think, that being something I've struggled with, and it's really just a religious thing more than anything for me, because God says the lower you think of yourself, the more you'll have in heaven. I don't think of myself that low, dude. And I have a really hard time staying humble sometimes, dude. And I think it's because I've been through cancer, and look at where I was a year ago and look at where I am now. And I've noticed the change that I've made in my life.
Yeah.
And how much better I've became, that when I look at other people that just don't even try, dude, it just makes me so mad. I'm like, dude, get out of here, dude. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you, bro. Like, I do not want to surround myself with people that are not trying to become better, bro. Like, dude, what is the point of being around people if you're not working towards something? You're just fucking wasting time.
Yeah.
So, and that's something Andrew Tate said, too. He's like, how are they your friends if they're not, helping you towards your goals?
Yeah,
if
for
all
sure.
you're doing is just BSing and playing Fortnite. You know, it might be fun, but dude, like, you can have fun later. You got more fun on a yacht when you got a million chicks on there.
Yeah.
So, and my goals have changed a lot too, especially, and they change frequently. Lately, I've become a lot more business minded. Especially starting this podcast, dude. This being something I've wanted to do for so long. I've noticed that I've always been naturally good just online and on social media.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was a good way to position myself to also express ideas and have other people like you
Yeah.
express ideas on here. And hopefully make the world a better place, dude. Spread positivity to people.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
that's the
just
best
dumb.
thing you can do.
I'm just a dude from Perrin, Arkansas.
I'm just a dude from Perryville, Arkansas.
And we're sitting here on a podcast right now, dude. We've done some crazy things, man, and people don't crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in good. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about some of your goals, man.
Some of my goals. Oh, man. Biggest goal of all time. Standing on a stage, million people in front of me, lights just shining down on my face, you know,
It's beautiful.
playing a guitar and singing, and people singing back to me my words. You know, that's the biggest goal, you know, I've set for myself. And I think it's a very realistic goal with hard work, determination, God, you know, that's a very big thing in my life is God, you know. That's who's going to help me get there. And all at the end of the day, that's who's going to help you get where you want to be.
Absolutely, man. And I think what a lot of people don't realize about any industry, but especially the music industry, is how big connections are.
Oh, connections are huge.
Everything, bro. That's why you see a subpar artist blow up all the time when you know you're a lot better. So why did they blow up? Dude, they knew people.
Because they knew the right person. They knew the
People
right
liked
people.
them.
Yeah.
It's very important, dude.
Whether it be, you know, people who work with labels, whether it be people who work as a sound engineer or whatever it may be, you know, the right connection will get you in the right place.
I've never been the kind to say I don't care what people think. I just care what certain people think.
Yeah.
That's important when making connections, man.
But you can't go around caring what everybody thinks.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
That's why you care what certain people think.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's very, very true. Yeah.
You gotta.
I agree with that
You gotta
100%.
in your head when you're talking to somebody and they're saying something, maybe something that pisses you off or something that you just don't agree with. You gotta think like, should I listen to them? Is this somebody that I should listen to? Is this somebody that I would like to be?
Yeah.
Is this somebody who I think could lead me in the right direction, or is this just somebody that's jealous and hating? I try to learn a little bit from everybody I meet, dude. Really, even people I don't like. I think there's a lot that you can learn from people.
Oh, yeah.
But you definitely can't take advice from everybody.
No.
At all.
No.
I try to be. I do take advice very well, dude. Anytime somebody more successful than me or in a better place than me gives
Yeah.
me advice, I listen. Clocks in my brain every time, and I remember it. But also, just because a person is successful, if they're fat, then I'm not gonna listen to them about working out. I might listen to them about money. If they dress like a slob, then no, I'm not gonna listen to them about how I should dress.
Yeah.
So you got to use your own judgment, but I think it's very good to listen to what people have to say and their opinions a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
I think it can only be beneficial.
It can get you farther in life than you've ever thought possible. Just listening to what somebody else has to say.
Absolutely, dude. I know we talked a little bit about the Arkansas rap scene, but Arkansas music scene as a whole seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I know Cam Davis, man, he's been blowing up. I tried to get him on the show. His music's pretty good. He just released a song called Kill Me Quicker.
Really?
Dude,
I'll have to go listen to it.
This song's so good. We'll play it on the way home. It is a phenomenal song, dude. It's one of those songs that hit me so hard and made me so emotional, I won't listen to it.
Really?
Because it puts me in such a dark place, dude. I'm not even playing. But it's a phenomenal song. And for a song,
Hey, but a song that can put you in a mood that's like, like that kind of mood,
is a pretty damn good song.
it's a damn good song.
Absolutely.
If the words didn't hit you like they did, or like they do, then, it's not saying it's a bad song, but it's not as heavy. Like, if the words don't hit you like that song does,
Yeah.
then you looking for your chapstick?
Yeah, I don't know where it went. It's all good.
I agree with you, man. There's only a few songs that are like that to me. One of them is Black by Pearl Jam.
That's a good song.
Song makes me want to cry every time. Moon and Back by Reed Southall. I listened to that the other day, and I'm not even going to tell you the story, really, but I was with somebody, and that song was bringing up memories for me, bro, that I probably don't need to be thinking about. And this girl I was with was like, I was zoned out listening to the song, bro, because I'd never heard it before. I was shuffling my playlist.
Yeah.
And it played Moon and Back by Southern when the lyrics were just hitting me, dude. And I was just like locked in on the words, dude. It legit almost made me cry, dude. Like, I haven't listened to that song much since because I know how dark of a place it can put me in.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of
Certain
music.
songs can put you back in a place, that
You don't want to
you don't want to be in. Yeah, for sure.
Another one like that for me is I Just Wanted You to Know by Mark Chestnut. And that's kind of like a more upbeat, honky-tonk song. But, dude, it's sad to me. Man, 6 Feet by Lathan Bryant.
I don't think I've heard that one.
I'll play it for you when I get home. And there's just a lot of songs, man. Springsteen by Eric Church is a big
Oh
one,
my
too.
God. Yeah, that one.
We can agree on that one.
That one we can agree on for sure. For sure. But that song has good and bad memories tied to it too.
Well, it just makes me think about certain things, man.
Like, I remember that song, that was when my mom would drop me off to school and preschool.
It's all on the radio.
That's what we listened to, like, all the
Kissing
time.
96.
Yeah, Kissin' 96 or 105.1 The Wolf.
Hey, shout out to the Wolf.
Hell yeah.
I'm more of I think it's 100.3 The Edge.
Yeah.
I know I'm thinking about this, dude. We were just talking about Ego a second ago.
Arkansas Rock Station.
The song Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. He says, Billy Corgan says, I wanted more than life could ever grant me.
So what?
He says, I wanted more than life could ever grant me.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
That's a heavy hitting line, too.
I feel that way sometimes, dude. And I have a hard time being grateful for what I'm experiencing in the moment. Especially with me, not being able to speak for months when I had cancer, dude. Nobody's grateful for their voice because nobody thinks about losing their voice permanently. Because, nobody has to go through that. Dude, I went through it. I was like, God, I need my voice. I need my voice.
I went through it for a week.
It sucked.
Just 1 week. And I was like, dude, what if it don't come back?
Yeah,
I was
imagine
getting
that
scared.
For months, bro.
Yeah, that's gotta be some shit. That's living hell. You're living in hell in that point. Not being able to talk for months. You have the worst disease, known to man. Like, that's rough. It was rough.
I don't think we've been
You
controversial.
beat it, though. So that's...
I don't think we've been controversial enough on this show. What's your biggest musical hot take?
Ooh. You go first.
I got a lot of them.
Cause
I think Primus sucks. You know Primus?
no.
I'm trying to think one that you may know. I think Metallica sucks. But I can explain why. Let me explain.
All right.
I think, and don't interrupt me because it's not going to make sense until I finish saying
I'll
all
listen
this.
to the end. I got you.
Metallica, in my mind, is the most basic metal band ever. Just generic metal band, right? The reason they are the most generic metal band ever is because they're really the ones who popularized all of it.
Mm-hmm.
They sound basic because of what everyone else did after them. They added dynamic to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Metallica's really the ones who made it take off. So I understand that and I respect them. I will never ever listen to their music though. Like I can't bring myself.
Yeah,
to
there's only a couple songs that I listen to by them, but there are some good songs. I will admit, I'll give them credit where credit's due. They have some decent songs for sure.
What do you think about that Gavin Adcock, Zach Bryan beef?
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I watched that on TikTok, and I watched Zach Bryan jump a fence and all that. That was, I don't know, that was peak TikTok right there. That was funny.
Who do you think was in the right?
So, Zach Bryan, he obviously, he was mad about something, obviously. I don't know exactly what it was he was pissed off about.
Apparently Gavin was mouthing off at him before they started recording.
But I can see where maybe Zach Bryan got mad and he was like, yeah, I want to fight this dude. But everybody's saying in the comments on TikTok, like, Gavin Adcock's, he's a pussy or something. He runs away and all this and that. If he would have fought Zach Bryan...
Zach would have whooped
Think so?
You don't think?
I mean, I think
Zach was in the Navy, bro, and on top of that, I think he was a Navy SEAL. I could be
No,
wrong.
he was not a Navy SEAL. He wasn't a Navy SEAL.
Okay, well, he's in the Navy either way. What was Gavin
Yeah.
Adcock? He was on the bench in college football?
I guess, yeah, but Gavin Adcock was kind of in the right though, because he was backing off. He had a bunch of fans out there, ready to listen to him perform at that concert. And if he would have gotten a fight with Zach Bryan, he would have been out there all sweaty, beaten, and bruised.
Okay, but he provoked
And he
it.
would. But listen, you know how many fans would have been so disappointed they didn't get to see Gavin Adcock because of that?
He provoked the fight, bro. So listen, bro. Listen, Patrick. So imagine this.
Because, I
scenario.
get their situation, I get their beef and all, but, you got to think about the fans, too.
Think about this, bro. Me and you, we're mad at each other. We're about to fight, right?
Yeah.
So I tell you, you jump over this fence, I'm going to fight you. You grab it by the balls, you jump the fence. And instead of me fighting you, I say, well, I'm busy. I got to go do something.
Yeah, I get that, but also
same
the
thing.
situation was there was thousands of fans
But
waiting
then why
to watch.
did he tell Zach to jump the fence and he would beat his ass?
I didn't know he told him to jump the fence.
I think he did. I could be spreading misinformation on
Because
the internet.
I thought he just jumped the fence because he was pissed off and was like, yeah, I'm going to beat your ass.
I'm pretty positive Gavin told him to come over the fence and he didn't think, and nobody really probably would have thought Zach would have calmed that big.
No, and being a barbed wire fence, yeah, Zach Bryan probably would have whooped Gavin Adcock's ass. I'm not sure, though. We would have had to see it to know for
Size-wise,
sure.
I mean, Zach Bryan's muscular, dude.
Yeah.
He's built.
Yeah.
For sure.
No hate on either one, by the way, but I think
No,
probably
yeah.
I think Zach Bryan probably had it
Me too.
because given the fact he was in the Navy,
Yeah, I mean,
and
dude,
he
the
was trained for stuff
military
like
makes
that.
some bad mofos, bro, and I have a lot of family.
And
members.
he had the balls to get up there and jump over a barbed wire fence too.
Look.
But I think it could have went both ways. You never know what someone has in store. You know what I mean?
End of the day, Zach stood on business. Gavin didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, either way you look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And where were they even playing at that night? A festival?
Yeah, it was
think
a festival.
Dude, was that not the Peacemaker Festival?
That was a Peacemaker Festival. I don't know what it
think
was. That's a wild
That's
name
in Fort
for.
Smith, Arkansas. I think
Really?
it was the Peacemaker Festival. It's a big festival, dude.
Peacemaker Festival. They wasn't making very much peace.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
So we're getting close to wrapping up the show. I want to ask you though, what would be your dream venue to play at?
Tacoma Dome.
Is it a football stadium?
It's a big ass stadium in Tacoma, Washington.
Seahawks? Seahawks play there?
I guess the main reason this is the reason that would be a dream place to play. I was talking to my buddy, one of my very good friends, and he was talking to me about how he liked my music and stuff. There was certain songs that he really liked and all this. He said, if you could play anywhere, the most badass place you could play is the Tacoma Dome. He said, if you go and play at the Tacoma Dome, I will for sure be there. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's one of my best friends. So if I can do that, if I can succeed and make it to the Tacoma Dome, like he was like it's a manifestation. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's just that'd be a sick place to play. That'd be badass.
Any stadium would be
Any
sick.
stadium,
It don't
for
matter
sure.
if it's UCA Conway Stadium.
But the fact is, I had a very close friend tell me, dude, I can see you making it there, and if you do, you can guarantee me to be there. And I was like, dude, that's all I needed to hear, because it's like, one of my close friends being that, supportive of it. A good friend will tell you, hey, you suck, straight up.
Straight up, man. Good. And this is from Matthew
Yeah,
Goodenough.
you know what I mean? Like,
Real friends spit in your face.
yeah, real friends will tell you the good and bad, no matter how good or bad it is. And with him saying that was genuine. That was like, hey, you're going to make it there, bro.
Yeah,
I'm ready to see you make it there. I'm ready to see me make it there. You know what I mean? So if I can make it to the Tacoma Dome, that'd be probably my dream stadium, venue, or whatever to play at.
Well, there's no better time to audition than now.
Yes, sir. Y'all ready to hear something?
I'm ready to hear it.
I am too. I'm the one singing it. So, probably gonna start out. I'm gonna play a couple songs, a couple originals, one or two, but I'm probably gonna start off with a song I wrote. It's about a woman who, it's not a real story, it's fictional, but it's this woman who wants to, make it as a musician, make it as an artist, but she's living in like a rough place. Like she's going through a rough patch, abusive relationships, stuff like that, but ends up, succeeding, getting where she wants to be, getting out of that situation. So I think there are people who can really relate to this song, and I think it's a really good story. So I'll play that one for you. Make sure everything's set, right? She sits there crying when she's on the phone, broken hearted, and she's all alone. There's whiskey glasses up and down these halls. This bottle of Jack made her forget it all. Dreams are fading day by day. Can't seem to chase them when they're this far away. Can still hear the screams of that beat of guitar. Now hear the sounds of your next big star. She's fading away. Don't know where she's going, no. are glowing. It'll never be the same since she walked out that door. It'll never be the same since she had the fall.
That was beautiful. We wrote that song together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know where that was one of those songs I got stuck on, too. Got frustrated. I was like, I don't know where I want to go with this. And then I was like, I started coming up with some words. You know, Diesel kind of helped me out with that a little bit, too, for sure. But after I started getting where I wanted to go with that song, that's one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
We got a clear storyline with that one. It's going to sound good when you get a full band on it.
Oh, yeah.
What's your next one?
I'm probably going to do most people's favorite, Dollar Shooter.
That's a pretty damn good song. Hey, we wrote this together, too.
Got the record.
Get it all.
Got it.
Shoot this a little closer. I don't know if they heard me too well in the last one. Maybe. I was screaming, so hopefully.
Yeah, just try to get your voice, I guess your mouth closer than the guitar.
Yeah, for sure. Figure this out a little bit better. All right. So this song right here, before I get into it, this is another story I wrote. It's not really about anybody specific, but it's about a guy who went through a heartbreak. And when you have a heartbreak, what do you do normally? What do most people do?
I know what most men do.
Most men drink or they go down a road that they shouldn't go down over it. And this is about a guy who does just that, but it doesn't really end so well for him at the end. Second song we've ever wrote, by the way. So
Ever wrote.
Somebody once told me, you don't know what you're fighting for. Had a bottle in his left hand, standing outside by the corner store. Don't know what he's thinking, but he just stands there drinking. Holds a bottle in the air and just lets the whiskey pour. Cold rain is freezing, but he don't stand there with no reason. Just broke his heart into pieces and hit the road. Runs away from the pain he can't face. Needs a charge in amazing grace. Prays to the Lord and hopes he saves his soul. Wastes his time, but he don't waste lines. Spends every dollar and dime, shooting every dollar straight up his nose. Picked the man with the bottle up, and we took him on back home. Laid the man and the bottle down, and we walked on out the door. He woke up screaming, tears in his eyes as he was dreaming. about the woman who held the secrets back before. Runs away from the pain he can't face, needs a church and amazing grace. Prays to the Lord and knows He saves his soul. He wastes his time, but he don't waste lines. Spends every dollar and dime, shooting every dollar straight up his nose. Couple days later, headed to a show. Heard the news on the radio. Guess the man finally lost control. He took a gun to the liquor store, asked for all, but he begged for more. The cops shot him twice and then he hit the wall. Runs away from the pain he can't face, needs a church and amazing grace. Prays to the Lord and hopes He saves his soul. Wastes his time, but he don't waste lines. Spends every dollar and dime, shooting every dollar straight up his nose.
That is just a great example of how talented of a songwriter you are, dude.
I appreciate that so much. That was literally the second song
We ever
wrote together.
And
So
it's a beautiful one, man. I mean, I think Pat probably came up with more of it than I did.
I think pretty well equal for the most part, because we just
Maybe I'm trying to give you credit.
no.
He's taking it away from
A
himself.
lot of the lyrics came from me. A lot of the dynamic came from you.
I appreciate that,
So
man. I often get jealous of other musicians because I feel like there's just a lot of ideas creatively that I don't come up with that I wish I did. But I think it's
Yeah.
just you.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
more time you spend in the game, the more you'll pick up on that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Pat, I really appreciate you coming on the show.
It's no problem, man. It's been a pleasure, dude.
First episode, it's gonna be a legendary one, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
next time, where do you want to be at next time you come on the show?
On a stage somewhere.
Playing shows, full-time musician.
Yep.
That's where you're gonna be, bro. I promise.
I hope that's how it turns out. I believe that's how it's going to turn out, though. So
Let's see how it's gonna turn out.
that's how it's going to turn out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.